It's your girl, Claudia Jordan. I'm back with TGIF. We're here to spill the tea and break down some of the biggest headlines in the news and on social media. So sit back, relax, and get ready for this hot tea. What's up, Al? What's up, Q? Hello, fellas.
What's going on, Claudia and Al? You know, I don't know what type of show we're going to have today because we were color coordinated all week. Now we look like a mixed bag of Skittles tonight. I don't know what's going on with our colors.
It's Claudia's fault.
It's my fault.
Al is giving substitute teacher realness. Claudia is going to the club.
Right.
I don't know where the hell I'm going, to a 70s disco party, I guess.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Who is that shirt by, Q?
INC. INC
right.
out of Macy's. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They got a lot of cute shirts for guys in there.
Yeah. It's great little TV
Portable.
stuff. Little pieces. Mm-hmm.
That's right. Y'all drinking tonight? I'm not, you know what? I think after tonight or tomorrow, I think it's my last time asking you if y'all drinking because I'm always disappointed when it's a no.
I'm gonna start drinking again. I just going through some stuff. Thought I better stay away from the alcohol, but definitely next week it's gonna be on, or tomorrow maybe.
Q.
You know, I'm a sip occasionally. Y'all want me to start back sipping next week?
Want to do what?
Y'all want me to start back sipping next week? I mean, Claudia, why you don't want me to unlock my better self?
Because I know it's bullshit.
Damn.
You just doing it like you unlock yourself for the 1 hour, but then your weekends be after change. We see you on Instagram. We see you rolling around doing what you do.
Right.
So it's like you do it with it's like when your friend drinks with everybody else except you. You be like, oh, what's tea, girl? You know what I mean? What's good? What's really good? So yeah, we just miss the recklessness. That's all. But I like your glow up. I like your glow up.
Thank you.
Okay. Hey, before we get started, Soulmates, we have an opportunity for you to graduate from the YouTube chat and join us live via Zoom in a special segment called The Hot Seat. Now, if you are a super fan of TGIF and you want to get up close and personal with your favorite talk show host, then send your name, photo, and a brief blurb about yourself to TGIF@FOXSOUL.tv. We cannot wait to see who the next two contestants are in the hot seat. All right, fellas, let's get into these stories because we got a lot to cover tonight. We have a quick update on the viral throwdown in Montgomery, Alabama. A 21-year-old.
They don't got white fish. Look at them.
They sure did. Now with 21, ooh, she's been living hard. She's been rode hard and put away wet, I think. 21 years old. Her name has been she's been added to the list of white people who turned themselves in for their involvement in the fight. Now, Mary Todd was charged with misdemeanor third-degree assault. What do you think about this? Let's start with you. Q, you looking mischievous. Let me go to you first.
Listen, I am laughing. I am cheesing from ear to ear, and I don't even feel bad about it. Listen, Whitefish should have stayed her ass on that boat, all right? Because when he slapped that boy, when the black boy slapped the white boy the first time on the boat, Whitefish was scared. She ran to the back of the boat. She didn't want none. Somehow or another, she ended up on that dock where it was no longer safe, and she got her ass whooped. I'm loving it. You want to know what's really going to put the icing on the cake? Because I already told you I feel bad for the lady that got bopped in the head with a chair. But if they arrest the lady that got bopped in the head with the chair, I'm really going to fall out. So many people, let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think Redfish, Whitefish in the red dress that got bopped in the head with the chair, should she go to jail, or is the bop in the head enough
for payment? That's a good one, Q.
Al, what do you think,
Al?
I don't know. That bop in the head was pretty serious. And plus, you know, the best part about that scene was when she was trying to fight and help beat up with her boyfriend or her husband, whoever it was. Because remember, allegedly, that is the governor's sister. Remember, I told you guys that the rumor is that's the governor's sister in the red. I like how the two women came around the corner and jumped on her. Now, that was really good. So I don't know, Q. I think she might need to go to jail, too. But listen, Shaun King had posted all of the people that he felt that should be indicted or should be charged. And it was because of some of the diligent work from him highlighting the different people that should be charged that this woman and a couple other people have come forward. So good job, Shaun King, on keeping us all in the loop and making sure everybody's held accountable.
I like that. I heard a lot of people criticize Sean King, but I think he's been very instrumental in getting justice for a lot of these cases because he takes the time and puts their energy into it. And he did a lot of that stuff with Charlottesville too, and got, he really was on top of it. I love that they're turning themselves in, but I hate that that's probably going to give them more lenient sentences. But it is a misdemeanor; it's not a felony. But hey, man, we rarely get accountability, so anytime we get a little bit of it, I'm happy for it. Cass Green said, "I know she's crying those fake crocodile tears." Shaunton Lathan said, "Claudia, don't forget to talk about Ciara and Russell. You promised." Okay, we're gonna get to them. And something I can't read the name said she looks like a pasty pilgrim.
But Claudia, do you think whitefish in the red dress that got bopped in the head with the chair, should she go to jail or should she get time served for the 4 days worth of headaches she had from getting knocked upside the head with that chair?
Well, she didn't get bopped in the head because she just was walking by innocent. She got bopped in the head because she inserted herself into a fight and she was in there fighting with others, getting her little kicks in. She just lost.
You got a point.
She lost. So yeah. Oh, wait, we got one more comment. Let's see. David Oliver said the bop in the head was enough. She probably can't get out of bed to go to courthouse. No, she'll be all right. She come from the Viking blood. She resilient. She'll be all right.
Now, I don't know why my spirit is just, I'm kind of with you, David. That bop in the head, though, that lady's got to be 2 inches shorter. Her spine has got to be at this point, how hard that man hit her. Soulmates, I think we should let whitefish in the red dress off with time served.
Mm-hmm. Just think about Emmett Smith and all the people that came before this incident, all the victims.
Emmett Smith got Super Bowl rings.
You mean Emmett Till?
I mean Emmett Till. My bad, Emmett Till. Yo, I have not eaten since last night.
You pulling an L up in here.
My bad, y'all. I have not eaten since last night. I have nothing left. Okay, my bad, Emmett Till. All right, yo. Speaking of jail time, Tory Lanez lawyer Jose Baez spoke to the media after Tory was sentenced to 10 years in prison. Take a look.
This case, to get a 10-year sentence is extreme, and really just another example of someone being punished for their celebrity status.
I mean, but isn't that the reason why you're on this case, for his celebrity status? What are your thoughts on his lawyer's comments? Al, what do you think about this?
Hey, it's even to what I've been saying. I know it's not popular opinion, but we've had people who've had attempted murder and even murder charges not be charged such a high, year sentence. Now, this is what was interesting, though. I've been reading all of the comments as it relates to this because I've been really trying to understand where people are coming from. And Q and Claudia, a lot of people on the internet are siding with Tory Lanez, and that's including a lot of Black females are siding with Tory Lanez, saying that the sentence seems extreme to them. And I thought that was very interesting, considering what this is supposed to represent as it relates to assault on Black women.
Q, what do you think?
It's funny, Al, because on the contrary, I went through some of the comments from our last video, and a lot of people were attacking you and me in particular, saying that, why aren't we in defense of Meghan, and that, wow, we've got this platform and this show that speaks to Black women, but we don't give a damn about them. Screw Tory, and Meg was hurt and nobody cares when it comes to the trauma of a Black woman. And I'm here to let you guys know that's simply not true. At least for me it is, and I'm not going to speak for Al. Well, I am going to speak for Al. It's not true for Al either. And I can walk and chew gum at the same time. I can be upset and recognize the fact that the sentence is a little excessive. Like Al said, take Meg out of the equation. When you talk about people who've got deeper charges getting more time, something does seem off. Now, do I feel bad for Tory Lanez? Absolutely not, because I am emotionally intelligent enough to understand that his arrogance and his antics and the trial that he was running in the court of public opinion lent itself to that judge giving him a deeper sentence. So all in all, Tory Lanez dug this hole for himself.
Right.
Again, I agree. It is a long sentence, but I also go to his actions. He had many chances to get off the off-ramp on the freeway. He did. They said, okay, plea deal. Okay, you already know you are on probation. You know, most of the charges come from the gun charge, not really what he did to Megan. Megan, and people are blaming Megan. Megan did not press charges. Megan dropped it. Megan did not. At first, she lied for him so he wouldn't get like in trouble like this. So he had so many chances to get off. Then he taunted her. Then he leaked a lot of stuff to academics, allegedly. Then he made songs. It was so many times he could have like made this right. And, you know, that's what happens. Yeah, it's terrible. Like I said, when you are a celebrity or, you know, you're on probation, you have a history of things, to expect a lenient sentence after that is like kind of like, what more babying do you expect? You know, and again, I want to address the people that say, well, it only grazed her foot. It was just bullet fragments. That's because he wasn't a better shooter. He could have shot her through the shin. We don't know where that bullet could have went. It could have went anywhere. You shot at a person. To me, you're endangering my life. Yes, it hit my foot, and I don't know if it ricocheted or what it did. I don't really know. I'm not forensics, but like, imagine it could have been worse damage. And my thing is the action you took. You know, you got lucky that it wasn't a worse injury. You know what I mean? Like it could have been really, really worse. So I don't know, fellas. Yeah, it is 10 years, and I do think that is long still. But I'm also like, well, I don't feel bad for me either. Q. His attitude is what his attitude for me. The arrogance.
I think the other thing that we just got to be very clear about is when you allow these type of sentences to happen, you set a precedent, and it's a precedent that people can go back to and say, look, in this case, this is what you gave that person. And so, especially when it comes to Black men, if you allow this extreme sentencing, then you open the door for judges to allow other extreme sentencing for other Black males and other Black people, or just other people in general. So I guess we're beating a dead horse, right?
No, it's a really valid point, because I am torn, because I do care about that too. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, damn, the greater situation, the greater picture, it does help other men get longer sentences. That's why with great, you know, with fame and this media attention he has and celebrity, there comes a responsibility, because look at all the things that people's lives that can be affected. All right, y'all, I'm sure we'll be talking more about this. A family in Atlanta is suing a hospital after a baby's head was decapitated while a woman was giving birth to her first child. The lawsuit claims that after 10 hours of labor, the baby's head got stuck and the doctors pulled the newborn's head and neck so hard that the skull, neck, and head were broken, causing the head to separate from the body. Al, I'm gonna go to you first on this. What do you know about this, and what are your thoughts?
So you know what, this is really tough, because things happen, right? Doctors make mistakes. They aren't God, and they don't perform miracles, or you know, they do close to miracles, but they don't perform miracles. But let me tell you what the problem was with this doctor. This doctor and those team of people in that room, they covered it up. And they were not honest with the parents about what happened in the delivery of that child. In fact, they wrapped the baby in the baby cloth so tight and then connected the head. So when the parents came in to view the body, they just thought that the child died through the birthing process, which was not the case. They never revealed to those two people, the parents, that the head was decapitated and was not on that child's that body. They only found out that because of the funeral home. To me, that moves it from a medical negligence, because that moves it for me from medical negligence to the doctor being held criminal, it being held criminally liable. So let me repeat that. That moves it from medical negligence, because that happens in hospitals all the time, to criminal liability in my mind. There was no way that doctor should have been allowed to lie, and everybody in that room should be sentenced and sued the same, as well as the hospital.
I agree. How they think they were going to get away with that?
They almost did. They you know, did whatever. Something is off about what y'all told us, how y'all baby died. To make this situation right, I think finding out these people. My child by mistake and then covered it up. That's a whole different type of pain. I feel really bad. Sue the dog shit out of everybody involved. And some of them hoes finna go where? To jail.
And what a horrible way to know that your baby died like that. Like, what a brutal, violent way, decapitated, broken spine, crushed skull. Nicole Johnson said, what kind of doctor would not know it was time to do a C-section? Jen J said, this was not a mistake. And Freebird said, if it wasn't for the funeral home alerting the parents, they would have not known. That's really, really sad. Our prayers, our thoughts and prayers go to that family. Coming up next, Raven-Symoné reveals her body-shaming secrets, and later Beyonce's crazy tour demands. Stay tuned. All right, y'all. Raven-Symoné recently admitted on her podcast that tired of being body shamed about her weight. Raven said her father suggested getting the surgery after he noticed how bad she was.
And she really had a weight problem. But let's be very clear, guys. Remember, by 16, a $500 million in revenue as her net worth. Before she was 22. So I understand her taking, her.
I got the right mind to take this. I question the father's motives. I question how much of it truly was self-esteem. My daughter doesn't like her body, and how much of it was the Julie Garland effect on the set of The Wizard of Oz, with them taping her breast, not feeding her, and trying to keep her young looking as possible because that was the revenue generator. And my better judgment tells me that it had more to do with keeping you looking young to work with Disney, but using the self-esteem thing as a way to make you sleep easy at night. At the very end of the day, it worked out for her. It could have gone very wrong. She had a seizure after the first one. But listen, we love Raven-Symoné. And for those of y'all who are so easily willing to go along with this and accept it, I want you to keep that same energy when other parents make decisions to help their children transition in other ways. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Well, that was gonna be my point, because I'm gonna show you an example of keeping the same energy. I still think that we should be waiting till we're 18 to make these kind of body changing, these kind of permanent changes in our bodies. We're still developing, even at 18, your body's like almost full. It's not all the way cooked yet. You know what I mean? Your brain sure isn't. You still develop your brain until about 25, I think. So, I still think I'm keeping the same energy across the board. I'm glad that she felt better, but I do feel like we should be waiting till we're 18 to make any kind of decisions. You might change your mind.
So as a parent, because this is a tough one, right? Like I said, we're talking about a $500 million brand here. As a parent, you get this Disney endorsement. You're a Disney favorite. You're a sweetheart to Disney. You're making a lot of money. Your mom and dad, you're both making a lot of money. Your daughter's making money that could transcends generations of wealth. You're just a little bit too big. And we can fix that. And you don't like being big. So this could be a win-win for everybody. I mean, is that still bad?
No, I mean, not in theory. It's not a tough decision because I would be lying and you would be lying. Everybody out there would make the decision that the parents made. You know what I'm saying? People try to act like they won't do anything for money, and I'm here to tell you, you're a goddamn liar, okay? We all have a price. Now, some of our price is higher than others, but we all have a price. And yes, if it was my child and she was worth $500 million before she was 21, yes, the prospect of keeping that money coming in would be enough for me to make decisions that I probably would not have made had there not been that much money on the line.
Right.
Okay. All right. I'm going to leave that one alone. All right. Speaking of plastic surgery, Kim Kardashian took to Instagram to share what's been going on with her body. Take a look.
Okay, well, guys, something you don't know about me, I broke my shoulder and I tore the tendon. So Melissa had the same thing happen to her.
I got you.
This has a new look, loading via the plastic surgeon.
Out of the view because she's allegedly things could be going on. Ah, very clever.
Q, what do you think?
You're always waiting for the other shoe to drop. You know what I'm saying? With the how.
Right.
Man, if I'm not just gonna get on the show and be like, child, I broke my shoulder. A normal person say, I broke my shoulder.
All right. Chris Sierra said Kim Kardashian can keep us out of her business. All right. A white mother is suing Southwest Airlines for racial discrimination after being accused of human trafficking while traveling with her biracial daughter. While Mary McCarthy and her daughter were on the plane traveling to Denver, a Southwest employee called the Denver Police Department. After being confronted and questioned by police, McCarthy and her daughter were allowed to leave. What do you think about this case, Q?
Listen, I'm going to articulate this the best I can without upsetting anybody. I don't know where I am with this case. When it comes to the extent of how large this human trafficking stuff is, and Al's going to fill y'all all in because y'all know he worked at the place. When it comes to the extent of how wide this thing is, I am all for erring on the side of caution, okay? And it's not like this woman was detained, separated from her child, did 24 hours in Guantanamo Bay. She was questioned. What y'all are not going to do is sit on Beyonce's internet and act like when you see a white woman walking with a black child, something doesn't raise an eyebrow. And when you see a white woman with a dark child, that something doesn't look a little off. Yes, do biracial children exist? Yes. Is that take on things ignorant? Possibly, all right? But it ain't every day that you see white women walking around with dark children and black people walking around with white children. I would be upset if it was me and I was accosted about trafficking my own child, but I would also step outside of myself for 2 seconds and take into consideration everything that was going on. This was not to insult me, my child and mine, and to get out of my ego.
McCarthy said the blatant racism has caused her and her daughter extreme emotional distress. Al, what are your thoughts on this?
Of course,
Let us
one of
know
my
now.
jobs, I worked at a sex trafficking organization, and the Association of Flight Attendants, you all, are actually an association that of all the flight attendants that work very closely with Homeland Security as well as the FBI. They've been trained to be skilled observers and to also recognize when sex trafficking has occurred. Do you guys remember that flight attendant, the black woman, Sheila Frederick, when she was on Alaskan Air and she nabbed that gentleman that was sex trafficking observation? She did ask questions.
All I'm saying is it hurt our feelings as kids. No, I know. Can I express my pain? Welcome back to TGIF. All right, in the news of crazy tour demands, Beyonce has reportedly requested that brand new toilet seats be delivered to each stop on her current Renaissance World Tour. Now, the singer reportedly made the request so that she doesn't have to use the same toilet seat twice. Do you think Beyonce is doing too much? Or if you had Beyonce's money, you'd be doing the same exact thing. Q, what you think?
I don't like this news coming out. I do not like the fact that this news has come out, and here is why. We don't get enough of Beyonce's personal life and how she moves on the daily to counteract this, right? And so if we just take this as a singular piece of information, it makes her look a little crazy to me, right? And now, granted, y'all, you know, everybody gonna do the whole money. Oh, you got as much money as she got. You can do whatever you want to do. It yada 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 yada. But we not gonna pretend like this is, weird behavior. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, money buys you luxuries, and you can do whatever you want to do. But this is a little off. It is giving diva, whether she's paying for it or not. And then you scared of your own ass. You can't use the same one 2 or 3 times. You got to use a new one every time you go some damn where. I don't like it, because now we have to have this conversation about her character and about if she's a diva or not. And I like our Beyonce being unscathed and having zero reputation as far as I'm concerned.
All right. Al, what do you think?
That was so funny because I thought the same thing. Look, we discovered Beyonce and started hearing about her in 97, 98. It's been 25 years. We've never heard of these diva antics. It kind of shook me too, Q, because I'm like, wait a minute. I hope this is not about to be another Will Smith where we thought this woman was perfect. She didn't do anything wrong. And then we're going to start to find out slowly but surely, because now we have a leak. She's never had a leak like this before, but now we have a leak. Are there going to be more things that we found out about her that we're going to be like, oh man, I wish we didn't know. But I do have to share this though. You think that's bad? Well, Drake requires that he has Nivea chapstick as well as Dr. Bronner peppermint soap on all his tour stops because he says it tingles his body and it opens up his mind.
Man, I am not mad at Beyonce in this story. I don't think it's that big of a deal because I have way less famous people that I have employed on some of my productions with their diva antics. And I wish I could put them on blast right now, but I'm not going to do it because I might need to hire them again. But some of the things they wanted, I was like, are you serious right now? But I think, listen, the toilet seat, yeah, I get your point, Q. Like, you're afraid it's your own butt that's on it. Maybe she had a bad experience with someone using her toilet or something. I don't know. But to me, she actually can be a diva. Of all the people in the world that are divas, she actually has the right to be one if she wants to.
Can I just ask, where's the toilet seat going? She only asked for a toilet seat, not a toilet. So where's the toilet seat going?
Maybe she puts it on the public. Maybe she puts it on the
public. I'm assuming she unscrews theirs and puts on hers.
I'm not mad at that because I thought about that. How many butts have been in this toilet?
But then my other question is, how many damn times is you using the damn bathroom to the point where simply layering the damn toilet seat is not enough for you?
Right.
Well, I will say this: when you get older, and especially when you have kids, your bladder ain't shit. I have no kids, but I'm older. I pee like 20 times a day. So she got 4 kids. She's probably using the bathroom a lot. Just a little fun fact with women's bodies. Like we tend to pee a lot when we get older. All right.
That's because y'all be ran through by the time y'all get off.
Well, then you would be peeing a lot then. You'd be peeing a lot.
By the time y'all 40, y'all numbers be up to the triple digit.
That whole wall don't know.
I know no walls ain't talking. All right. In his recent memoir, Jeezy reflected on life before success. He opened up about having suicidal thoughts before his career took off. He said it was during a period where the people he was close with were all on drugs and being killed. So he feared he was ending up like them. That was his only option. Can you relate to Jeezy, Q?
No, absolutely not. I grew up in the suburbs of Miami or sometimes in the hood. To college-educated parents, no, I cannot relate whatsoever. I don't know nothing about no drugs except the ones I did for a brief period in my life. I ain't never had to sell them. I only been to jail one time, and it was for a traffic violation. I cannot relate. I ain't never thought about killing my damn self. I thought about killing other people. But comedy aside, I respect Jeezy's story, and I can understand, sympathize, and empathize with people who did grow up in those situations that led them to make those life choices. I know that hopelessness is a real thing, and I love the fact that Jeezy is reformed and able to share his story, and hopefully it'll change the lives of others.
Okay, Al, what do you think?
Just to give you context, and I echo what Q is saying. I like the fact that he's sharing this. I also applaud him for having the courage to come out and be real. But the context here is he got into a lot of trouble growing up. And then so the courts told him either you go to jail or you go to this reform, some type of military reform. He chose the military reform. So he didn't like it at first, but he ended up liking it. And it was his time to come out of the military reform, and he had to return home to his circumstances. And this is when he had that reflection. He was like, hey, I got to now go back to all of that I came from. I don't know that I can mentally handle it. And that's when he contemplated suicide. So how interesting is that he felt that he reformed himself, but he didn't feel so reformed that he felt that he had the strength to go back into that toxic environment and survive.
I like how Jeezy's navigated through his life. I really do. And the man that he's become. And now, like, you know, he's definitely a friend of FOXSOUL. He had a show on FOXSOUL. Golden Queen said, it's Hood Street PTSD. It's real. And Martavius said, I appreciate him sharing. So important that we hear Black men share our full stories. I agree with that. All right. Rapper Sexy Red is taking a new name after she said in an interview that her ex once confronted her about a condom he found in her trash can. Sexy Red explains that it wasn't her condom and that she's the raw dog queen. What do you think about Sexy Red calling herself the raw dog queen? Now, Q, I know you posted something about this and you put her lyrics. I heard you looking for a stud. I got the STD. I'm just waiting on you or looking for you. And you had a post up about that, lots of comments. What do you think about this whole Sexy Red thing and her proclaiming herself as the raw dog queen?
I'm going to tell y'all something. The Gen Zers and the younger generation, I promise you, I have been trying my hardest to let y'all be y'all, to step back. I have taken an introspective look and said, Q, you don't understand. You're an old fogey. Let those kids have their thing. All right. But as a grown-ass man that's about to be 40 in 10 days, August 20th, I have got to put my foot down and say, and tell y'all when y'all are doing something wrong. All right. And y'all like to hide behind it. This is just entertainment. No, baby, come on in here, daughter. Come on in here, daughter, and sit down and let me talk to you. You can be a rapper, my love, but you can't do it this way, baby. You just can't do it this way. Like, you know, folks didn't die for us to have the rights that we have for you to go out here and defile yourself like this in public. And yes, she don't represent all women, but in certain instances you do, baby. And we got to represent ourselves better than this. I'm sorry, it may just be entertainment for you, but it's not for someone else. And yes, we don't want to have to be worried about what people think, but unfortunately we do have to live and worry about what people think because it affects our lives and how we live. This is wrong, y'all. My Gen Zers, I did all of this stuff is wrong. It's wrong.
Our Day agrees with you, said I'm a Gen Z born in 2000 and I'm disgusted with most of my generation. So I don't blame you at all, Funky. Lola Bunny said she's a dirty gimmick, just like Suki. And Travis Clark said, Sexy Red is absolutely the best example of low hanging fruit. Al, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts is that Sexy Red looks like she don't wear her condom or she don't use condoms. And I'm with Q. This is reckless and it's dangerous. She is considered, regardless whether you think she can rap or not, she is considered one of the hottest rappers out right now. She has an influence over a group of women that follow her and want to emulate her. And the scary part here is to everybody that HIV, the largest growth in HIV cases is amongst Black women when it comes to women. And that comes from not using condoms. This is dangerous. This is reckless. Sexy Red, this ain't cool. You definitely can do better, sweetheart.
You know, when I see the girls like being super, super sexual, I get it. Like a lot of times the record companies do push this, right? There is an agenda like, okay, sexier, get your body done, get your boobs done, get your ass done, get your lipo. And that's got to suck to be in that position. But there are people out there that are showing you that you don't have to do it that way. I like that Coily Ray is keeping her body natural. I know this isn't about bodies, but I will say this. I am, y'all can call me old. Yep, I am. But I still have sense. To me, it seems like when you don't have the lyrics, you resort to talking about your pussy all the time. Now, you can talk about your pussy, but does it have to just be about your pussy?
But you talked about a booty hole.
Oh, yeah. Okay. There it is. There it is, Al. And a woman.
Wait, right. Which one's brown? The booty hole's brown.
Yeah, the pussy pink, the booty hole brown.
That all of it looked like it got gingivitis. Claudia, but you know, before this even gets reckless, take us to break. Please.
I will. I just want to say there's other ways of doing it, ladies. You don't have to do this. But you did get famous off of talking about your booty hole, so what do we expect? All right, keep it locked. We're gonna take a break and check out booty holes. Anyways, we're coming up next. We're gonna talk about Ford's booty hole. Talks about dating dominant women, and later a woman gets too friendly with her dog. Keep it locked. I'm sick of all this shit. Welcome back to TGIF. All right, in our continuous race to the bottom, 4 from Black Ink Crew, Chicago shared a bit of TMI. During a recent interview, he revealed that dating dominant women caused him to get into pegging. He said, ain't no rules in the bedroom. Do you think 4 is being a little too open and telling us a little bit? Is this oversharing? Al, you had a reaction. What do you think?
You know, just for those who don't do, everyone knows what pegging is, right? So
Please
pegging,
explain, Al, for the people in the back.
You know, I gotta explain. So pegging is when you allow your mate to strap on a fake penis and penetrate you anally. So there are a couple of things here. I like the fact that he's open because he says he is a heterosexual male. He's a straight man. So I like the fact that he's not afraid to talk about his fetish and his sexual fantasies and his preferences and all that stuff. That's a plus. But I have to say, if you're going to let a woman strap on a penis and insert it into your booty hole, isn't that almost gay adjacent? And then he said he likes, Claudia, he likes women like you actually to do it. He likes very alpha females to kind of strap on, and because he says he's attracted to alpha females to strap on and peg him. Would you peg him?
I would never peg anyone. One of my friends had done it, and I still can't believe she did this. But no, I'm not into that. I don't want to penetrate a man. I want to be the penetratee. I don't want to be the penetrator.
And I'm freaky. Listen, I've tried a lot of different things, but I don't think I could let a woman peg me. No, I don't think I can let a woman peg me unless she's paying.
Oh, damn, Al.
I'm just kidding. It's a joke.
She's a hoe, just an expensive one.
Sometimes do spread, honey, just as long as you swipe a credit card in between.
Right.
Listen. I'm just like probably 90% of the viewers. My first response was to be, hell no, what the hell going on? This is weird because, you know, it is to a degree. However, I'm looking at the bigger picture, and y'all always talk about DL men, and if you like this thing, you just need to come out and say it. And here it is, you've got somebody who's being transparent with what their fetishes are, and we don't need to shame him for it. There are so many confines put on Black men, particularly heterosexual Black men, that I love the fact that regardless of what y'all feel about his sexual choices, I am glad that he felt comfortable enough to share what he likes sexually, and hopefully that it'll be an inspiration to other men that be free. Stop bottling that stuff up. Be who you are.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
He's being a girl.
Yeah, that's true, I guess.
E. Harris said,
you don't think, though, it could be a deeper desire?
I'm not a doctor. I don't know.
No, you don't think so?
I don't. And I'm taking this word for face value. He said he's not gay. He likes being pegged. That's what it is.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Would you let a woman peg you?
That's not my thing. I don't let much of anybody peg me. But that's just not my thing. But if there's some other things that I get into that y'all probably would think were weird, but.
E. Harris said, no, it's not gay. Please stop. And if it was, why was that a bad thing? What is it with these stereotypes and tropes about toxic masculinity? All right. 4, live your life. All right, a woman is behind bars after attacking a taco vendor, all because she didn't want to pay for the taco she ate. Take a look.
Ahí déjala, que te pegue, ahí déjala. Hey.
Have y'all
One word. Folding chair. A folding chair needed to be took to her ass, point blank, period.
The dying dash.
The funny part is they know this lady. She has come through on multiple times and has not paid. They've been dealing with her ass for multiple times. They just got fed up and said, this time you're not getting your tacos. You owe us money from the last 5 tacos. You're not getting the tacos. So what does she do? She flips out and she just throws stuff and ruins it for everybody. Take her to jail. She deserves to go to jail. And stop messing with these vendors, because out here in Los Angeles, every week we read about a vendor being attacked or being robbed or something silly. That woman right there, you need to go to jail. They've already been nice to you. They allow you to slide at least 4 or 5 times before now. And for you to behave like that, you deserve to be in somebody's mental institute.
Again, I used to ask my mom growing up, are there more crazy people in the world than sane? And she said, no, there's more sane people. And I beg to differ as I get older. Seems like we're reporting every single day on some nonsense, some craziness. All right, y'all. Coming up, a woman takes puppy love to another level. Keep it here. Welcome back. Soulmates, we have an opportunity for you to graduate from the YouTube chat and join us live via Zoom in a special segment called The Hot Seat. Now, if you are a super fan of TGIF and you want to get up close and personal with your favorite talk show host, then send your name, photo, and a brief blurb about yourself to tgif@foxsoul.tv. We can't wait. And we gonna get to the favorite couple y'all want us to talk about. I promise y'all, we got y'all. We got y'all. Okay, let's get back to some more topics. A Michigan woman was arrested after her ex-boyfriend discovered footage of her performing sex acts on a dog. Brittany McClure was caught on home security camera showing her laying on the living room floor and calling their dog Max to perform fellatio. Brittany admitted to the sex acts, but claimed it only happened once. Yeah, okay. It was my first time. It never happened again. What are your thoughts on this, Al?
I thought that was disgusting. That was gross. Gross, disgusting. She should go to jail for that.
You.
Brittany, you one nasty bitch, okay? And listen, when I read the story, all of it is nasty, but what I was thinking was that the man was going to say on the video, he saw her pull back the cover, she was laying on her back, and the dog was hunching her. When I read the story and found out she was sucking the dog dick, bitch, I threw up in my mouth. She was in that, every y'all, ooh, I'm about to throw it. Y'all ever seen a dog and that red,
it's like a tube of lipstick.
That red thing come out wet and slimy, and you stuffed it. And you know, it was funny because I was wondering, I know we gotta go to the next story. I was wondering why that man called the police on her ass. And that man called the police on your ass because you was sucking that dog dick and go back and kissing him in the mouth, and he was upset. And I don't blame him.
That's
nasty bitch. We can stay here for the next 3 minutes and I'll ride her ass out. But go to the next thing, Claudia.
She's like the dog dick. It is wet and dewy and thin and. I feel like I'm gonna spit, you guys. 19-year-olds. You know, you gotta throw up. It's like that spit. Okay, 19-year-old Noni Batiste Kosoko passed away during the 8 weeks she was held at the Fulton County Jail for missing court on vandalism charges. Her cellmate reported that Noni had visible mental health issues and was seen banging her head against the wall. Noni's cause of death is still under investigation by the Fulton County Jail. Al, give us something.
You know, it needs to be under investigation. In 2022, 15 people died in that jail. And between 2020 and 2023, 23 people have died that they can't explain how they died. This place is notorious for inhumane and filthy living conditions. The Department of Justice has launched an investigation after her death. Her death occurred on the 11th, and they launched an investigation on the 13th. And then in September, just this past September, LaShawn Thompson was found dead. I mean, something has to happen and something has to give. They need to shut this jail down.
Hugh, what do you think?
You know what? It's unfortunate that this happened and it's sad, but I want to end the show on a good note, Claudia. I really don't want to talk about anyone dying this week. It's been really heavy. Let's talk about someone giving birth. Honey, girl, have y'all heard Ciara and Russell are pregnant again?
Yes, I'm so happy for them. And you know, this maybe explains why Future was bitching a couple weeks ago, because probably he knew. Remember, he was all mad, talking about he released a song saying "fuck Russell." He mad, she happy, living her best life, got an amazing husband. I'm I'm
This
so
is
happy.
baby
I love
number-
Ciara.
This baby number what for them?
3 for them.
Three for them.
Three for them together, and a fourth with the one with Future.
Now I want you to mark my word. It's going to be twins.
You think so?
Remember,
so?
you heard it first. You heard it first right here on TGIF. Ciara's going to have twins.
You think so, Al?
Absolutely. They are the American sweetheart. They are the example of Black love. And I think they're going to manufacture twins, because what better way for those two to end, you know, their baby having days and their continuation of Black love, raising 2 beautiful twins. The question is it going to be twin boys, or is it going to be twin girls, or is it going to be one of each?
I know Future going to make a diss track. And my bad, I said Beyonce and Jay-Z had 4 kids. They have 3 kids, so correction. I want to thank my co-hosts Al Reynolds and Funky Dineva for joining me tonight, of course. Thanks for watching us on YouTube. Make sure you watch the replay tomorrow and hit that like button. Stay tuned for McMillan and Morrow, and we will see y'all back tomorrow. Y'all have a good night.
Have a good night, soulmates.
And don't go make no babies either.